Standing in your power with an open heart. I'd like to speak to a problem, an issue, or roadblock that comes up when we're following our passion. And there's an issue where we have so much in our heart, we have so much that we want to love and share that we lose our spine. I know it sounds harsh. That's the truth. We lose a strength that we have because we're so in the flow of the love. And long story short, we're here to have the strength while have the love. That's the unique challenge that we have when we're following our passion that nobody's going to understand unless they're following their passion. So the issue that can come up here is that when it's in a sales conversation, when it's a webinar sales conversation or one-on-one, that we lose our strength in leadership. And that's in leadership when it's say leadership is everywhere. So whether it's leading the clients or leading the program, can lose that strength because we're so in the feels and the love. So the skill here is to keep the strength while keeping the heart open. And that's why I have this burning heart there. It reminds me of the sacred heart of Jesus Christ, the burning sacred heart of Jesus Christ. And that's what it means for me is complete love, complete exposed love. There's no holding back. There's no conditions to it. There's no, hey, if you take a step over here, then the heart comes out. No, it is out and is beaming everything to you. And at the same time, the flames are around it, both with the power and also with the authenticity. And this is the visual that I invite you to have when you're in a scenario where it's tough. And it's like, oh man, do I really just kind of like go into the loves and be a puddle? Or do I just close my heart off and stay strong? And the thing is to do both, except closing it off. We don't want to do that. So I'm going to share a story of this that has come up. And as you're sharing your expertise, this is your zone of genius. This is your mountain of experience that you're building upon. So that is the lighthouse energy. You are solid, you're firm, you're shining bright. And now the love part, the authenticity part is like, okay, I am strong. I'm saying I'm not going anywhere. This is my foundation of experience that I'm built upon. At the same time, here's my heart. Because why do we get stuck in this? We get stuck in this because we don't want to be like we're better than other people. We don't want to lord that power over. And maybe I've been times in my life where like when I first started off, I got the power, then I was like, okay, I'm better than everybody. That was the energy. But when we start following our passion, our heart comes out and we're like, oh, that doesn't jive, that doesn't comprende. It's like maybe it comes up like, oh, here, I'm better, but then it's like, no, but I love you and I want to help you and do everything for you. It's like, doesn't connect. So this is about being in your mastery, being in your genius, being in your zone, not being any better than anybody, yet being in your zone, and your love is flowing from that place. So another example of this is Naya Parakos, TrueFreedom partner, launched her community this week. And on the webinar, there was an opportunity for her to shrink or stand strong. And she stood strong on her invitation. She stood strong on her experience at the lighthouse and the love that she wanted to bring in this community, and asked people to raise their hand live on the webinar to apply for the community. It's a pretty bold thing, because what if nobody raised their hand? Then what? So we have a method from this, which, shout out to Ted McGrath. He's the first one I saw do this. I mean, yeah, the first one I saw this where he had people raise their hand in a live event to apply for a $100,000 package. I couldn't believe it at the time. I was in the stand. I was like, what? I saw a hand go up and I'm like, okay, I look at the screen, it still says 100,000. I'm like, wow, I thought maybe they got the price wrong. And long story short, I saw it happen 7 times. 7 people raised their hands. So this is part of the process that we do. And I learned the intricacies of it from one of Ted's students and proteges, Alex Moscow. And I've done this for myself. And so this is what Naya did as well this weekend. Stand strong. Here's the burning heart, fully exposed, call people to action. That's why it's leadership. call people to clarity, help create the space for clarity, honor their decision either way. Yet if they're aligned with what they're seeing, calling them to step in, step up and step in. So that's the short story that I want to have with you as an imprint, as an energetic imprint. Because the age of being a starving artist is over. The age of having this thing that you love to do and that somehow that makes you weak, that somehow that makes you a doormat because you love this thing and you want to help people. No, we're in the new age of the abundant creator, where if you're not connected to your passion, you're not connected to your power. Your passion is your power. And if you don't have your power, you're weak, hollow, lost. And that's not you. You know your passion. You have the feeling. That's unfolding with your purpose. And guess what? It's always going to get a little bit more clear. So wherever you feel like you're at it, you're connected to it. You're connected to your purpose. So you've got your passion, you've got your purpose, you've got your power. And it's all through service and love. That is power. That is power. Power is not somebody who knows, has certain skills, but is empty inside. They might have certain abilities, but guess what? We all know where the weakness is. Pretty exposed. When a person's hollow inside, it's pretty easy to poke that balloon. So bring this all together. I share this because when we are on this path, it can feel like we lost a lot of power, in which then we show up differently. We lose respect, which can hit the confidence. And this isn't about having an ego. This is about having respect and confidence to lead with service. And that's what your clients require from you. That's what your community requires from you. And I'm here as your ally while the tide is turning, momentum's on our side. That the new currency of this world is being connected to why you're breathing, be connected to what you're focused on and the purpose that lights you alive, the passion that fuels your drive. So leadership, standing in your power with an open heart, invite you this week to notice where are the times where you can feel shrinking a bit, shrinking in your power, or maybe you are in your power and you start closing your heart to the love and the service that you're here to share. The invite today is to, in that moment, take a breath, see this visual, the burning heart, the sacred heart, see your light shine as the lighthouse, and move forward from that place.